In this video, in Evony the King's Return, we're going to be taking a look at starting off in a new server, how you can start off and grow quickly, all the way up until Keep 25. I'll be giving tips and tricks and so on for that, and obviously I am a Evony Guides channel, so I have plenty of other videos available that are going to help you grow as well, and there'll be plenty of more tips to be gotten in those videos also. I'll also, once we've started off, mention how you can get to the newest server, because sometimes when you've just started on the game it may not put you in the newest server, which may not be the best experience for you as a new player. Right now the current top server is 303, so we're going to start off in this one. When you first launch the game, it'll put you again into a random server, and you will be met with this screen where you can pick a culture. So you got one that's going to give you stone production, troop load, ground troop attack, and so on. I do have a cultures video. When getting started, I personally go for Europe as the default subordinate city, which again I have a video for those as well if you're not sure what I'm talking about. The default one will give you building speed increase. This also increases your monster march speed, so mounted troop attack, so that's pretty good just to get started. And you can change this at a later date once for free. Each additional time I think costs about 2,000 gems to do so, which you can earn in game, those gems. You can go through the tutorial, or you can keep clicking. Once you click about 10 times, it will cancel the tutorial. There will be a bunch of other things it will try to get you to do in the tutorial, but you can repeat those steps. To skip it, first upgrading the keep. Again, skipping this, just because it slows us down in our growth. You can obviously read it and follow it if you so choose, but it's not necessary. Then you can upgrade the walls. Each time you upgrade the keep, you may need to upgrade a particular building, and every single time you must upgrade the walls. Again, upgrading the keep. Now we're going to need some speed ups, so we're going to go to our inventory. We're going to open some growth packages, which you get each level of your keep. Now we can claim some gems, and we also got some speed ups from opening those, so we can speed up our keep and use the free time. This is the puzzle feature. I will be having videos coming out for this soon. The first 5 levels is already out on my channel. By the time you're watching this, more levels may be out, but I'm sure you could figure out how to do it yourself anyway. If you're not sure, you can find this feature at the bottom where it says mysterious puzzle, and you can go through these. You'll get plenty of rewards. So the first one here, Cleopatra, they must have upgraded that. Troop march speed up, and I think there's 3-day speeds and stuff available at higher keep levels. Again, upgrading the walls. You can use gems, it's not too much of a cost there. We can build resource tiles, so we're going to build 1 sawmill and 1 farm. I believe we have to upgrade the farm first. I may be wrong, it may be the sawmill. So as you see here, farm level 3 for this keep is needed. I'm going to speed this one up again. So in new servers they have added in this feature where in 1 day you'll get Spartacus. After another 2 or 3 days you get some resources, and then you finally get a spear. But the only thing that really matters is the Spartacus, although if you check out my best generals video and others, you'll find out that Spartacus long term is not going to be the best, but you can invest in him in the short term. Now we're going to need to upgrade our sawmill. Once again, the walls. We're going to claim some more chests, which will hopefully give us some Monarch XP, which that one did. we can go into our avatar icon in the top left and add this Monarch XP. We will get more in a moment as well. So right now we need a level 4 farm before the sawmill. So you can always check that out in the building to see the requirements. Again, using our speed ups, now we're keep 5. I just wanted to mention before we continue with more keep levels, the reason I'm upgrading the keep before building anything else is just because your keep level needs to be as high as possible, as quick as possible. Within the first day or two, you should very easily, even as a new player that does not understand the game, be keep 11, perhaps even keep 14, especially because when you join an alliance and a few other activities will give you 3-day speeds, 7-day speeds, and that will help you get those higher level keeps. If you are a player that does not play particularly often, it may take a little longer, but getting your keep up is the priority. Do not train a lot of troops, and that's partly why I'm not bothering too much with building anything. Also, I'm not building any more resource spots, even though we have plenty of open ones, because you get a lot of resources from the quests, which you can follow the top quest if you needed some extra guidance. By claiming these, you will get resources that you can open up in your inventory, some more speed ups. So as you see, we've got up to that one so far, and it is getting us to upgrade our walls again. Now we've unlocked a talent, we're going to go with free construction, which will allow us to have a higher time on that. Also in our avatar again, adding more Monarch XP in that we've earned from those chests will get us an additional talent point that we can put into free construction again. So make sure as you're leveling up, you keep going back and adding those in. The first 10-15 levels on your Monarch is going to be pretty quick, so make sure you're always using that Monarch XP and using those talents. I do have a talent video as well you can check out. Now clicking on the keep is telling us we need our warehouse to level 5, which is this building here. So we're going to click free upgrade. Use some speed ups there, and now we can upgrade the keep once again.
Your archers have...
We will actually build this. The archer tower, for anyone that does not know, is going to be one of the keys to defense. For anyone that likes to spend, I just want to mention, once you get, I think I got to keep 6 or so there, you'll unlock this special pack. It is fairly good price for what you're getting. A lot of speed ups, fair few gems, nothing too crazy, but it's not too bad. 5 million gold gets you started off, but in the long run that doesn't really mean too much. But you do get a fair few speeds there, a bit of resources, some Monarch XP and so on to get you started. I think if you wait long enough, those will rotate to actually being a cheaper package, although I think that one actually gives you more. Very quickly on that note, in terms of purchasing, if you are looking to do that, this double down coupon can be used on a $5 pack, a $10 pack, 20, 50, 100. As long as you save it, you can actually use it on a $100 US pack if you really wanted to. You keep denying the use of it until you get to the top level pack, which you can check out my purchase video for that, and you'll be able to get the most use out of this. Alternatively, you can just do a $5 or $10 pack and you'll double up on the items in it, although you will not get the basic gems back. Also, you can get another one of those if you purchase 5,000 basic gems worth. You'll get an additional one that I believe does not have a expiry date, as it says. See, it says permanent. Basic gems, if you look in the store, in the gem amount here, is just this amount inside the picture, so 200 for that one, but that's only a $1 pack. While we're in here, make sure you claim these chests every day to get a fragment for a general. As you get 30 of them, you can compose them in your inventory to make said general. On that note, we'll upgrade the tavern, which, depending on what level we can get it to, we may be able to get a new chest. So now we have the Great General chest icon available in here. We're going to open that. We got some more fragments. You can outright win some good generals in here. I do have a video on the Great General chests if you wanted to check that one out. Also, you can recruit generals in here. You can complete any of these activities to get activity points. You get gold all the way up until more gold, gems, and this key is just to be able to open yet another general chest. You can complete 145 points worth of these and unlock one of those every single day. When people talk about server time, it's in the settings here, so this is the date of the server and the current time, which is universal time. The shrine is going to be used for offering. When offering at least once a day for 25 gems, you'll get a 2-hour production boost to your resource tiles inside of your own city. As you see here, this is the timer. As you increase your offer amount, you'll get more and more XP and so on, which will go to your monarch and also rank you up here. When you get to 5,000, you'll unlock these, so training speed, march size capacity, subordinate city capacity. All of those things are going to help you increase your power, increase your production of materials to make general gear and many other things. If any terms I use confuse you, make sure you look up the videos that I have on my channel right now to find out more information on generals, general gear, and so on. One other thing with the tavern I did not mention is the Wheel of Fortune. You can get 100 chips per day for free, so you can spin once. You can buy them with gems by clicking the plus icon, and it's really just a lottery in here that you can complete each day. The warehouse, every time you click that, it will claim the resources. Make sure you're doing that at least once a day, claiming those resources. Upgrading the warehouse is going to increase the protection of these resources. So if someone attacks you, 170,000 in my case will be protected. Any green number on any building that you see is the added bonus to the other number that is gotten from research, generals and different things like that. Mostly research is what that green number is going to be, so whenever you see the two you can add them together and that will be the total amount. Upgrading the shrine will increase your rewards for offering. And another thing in here, the Poem of History. Each time that your server or yourself completes an activity, you can claim some different things in here. So for this server in particular, it says opens in 2 days and 6 hours, so I cannot claim this even if I defeated 2 Fenris. So you have to make sure you do these, and sometimes you click around, there might actually be server based ones. So there's a whole alliance must open undead invasion 2 times, the server has its first king, and so on. When upgrading your walls, you will increase the wall HP, defense, and trap capacity, which you can build in the trap factory. So now we're actually going to build some of these other buildings and explain them. So the barracks are going to be for training ground troops. Ground troops will be good against ranged troops. Archers that you can build in the archer camp are going to be good against mounted troops. In the stables you can create mounted troops. They will be good against ground. And then you have the workshop where you can create siege troops, which are good at gathering because they have a higher load and they also can defeat everything to a degree, but they're also quite weak. but at the same time they do sit further back than other troops in battle. When starting off, you may want to build a fair few mounted to make sure that you're able to kill monsters and boss monsters, because you do not want to use other troop types. Please don't leave comments down below trying to argue that point. 99% of the people in the game use mounted only. It's how you're supposed to do it, so use mounted only. And archers perhaps are next, because archers kill mounted, so a lot of people, yourself included, may build a lot of mounted. To kill the mounted that other players tend to have, you're going to want archers. And also some siege as well is going to be good on defense and even attacking. I have an attack guide. For that I have a troop layering guide that's going to explain some more of the troop formations. I also have a preset one that's going to help you out. So getting to some other buildings, we're going to need to open some more resources. So at the top here, you can check out all the resources that you have. When you first start out, you will have quite a few. Now I'm opening quite a lot of resources for a new account, so do bear that in mind that although I'm doing this, it may not be a good idea. You want to only open as much as you need. If you expect to be building a lot of things in the next couple of hours, it's fine to open a fair bit up, more than you need for a single building. But opening too much is just going to mean that people steal it. Often in new servers, people start to spend $20, $30 on the game. They open all the resources from that spending, end up having over 100 million. Sometimes people even have 2-3 billion resources open, and people just steal it. And I've done that to people myself. On my other server, I have like 15 billion plundered from other players, and that's mostly just from the first month of the server being open. So make sure that you take advantage of people doing that, and also don't do it yourself. So the academy building is going to be where you do your research, and you can buy skill books, but you can also get these from other methods. So on the level 1, you can get the first additional builder. Researchers will mostly cost gold. As you get to Keep 25 and beyond, you may need to start using research stones, which can be gotten from other things, but in this video we won't be going over those. Mostly you're just going to want gold. We will go over some methods to getting gold at the beginning in a moment. So as we upgrade our academy a few times, you'll notice when I go into the research tab, I now have the defense and military tab open. When you're getting started, I would recommend building up through here a little bit, but not too much, mostly going for construction. Perhaps some gathering ones, so this increases gathering of stone, so that means when you go to the world map and you send your troops to a resource tile that looks similar to the one that would be in your main city, you can gather that particular resource faster. You can probably skip the defense tab, check out my research guide to find out maybe when you should start using this. So the first one, advancement, try to get some construction speed up, and then definitely using conscription. Leveling this up. So now we've unlocked these other ones, so we're going to research 2 of those, just speeding them up. You don't have to do this. As you're building your city, you can just leave these on and they will finish themselves. They're relatively fast. We're going to need a higher level academy now. Be careful when really fast going through the levels on a building or a research, because sometimes the server can lag out when you try to do that, and often you will lose at least the speed ups you use, sometimes even the resources too. So don't go too fast with it, especially if you're a spender and you're trying to do 200 at once. You know, you're bound to lose something. So now we need more gold. We may be able to open some more of these chests and get some additional gold. So you get the special beginner gift that will probably have gold in it. Okay, apparently did not. We'll open another one. Okay, so in this one we got 400,000 gold. Again, you don't have to use your speed ups on this, you can just wait. I'm only going through these just to show you how you can speed through them. You don't have to max them out to 10. You can go 2 on each of these, 2 on each of these, get formation, and you can keep doing that. Bearing in mind some of them will take more, so this one you need level 3. These ones down here you need level 4 on both of them to unlock this one. When doing advanced dispatch you'll get an additional mart slot. Also from about VIP 4 or 5 you'll get another mart slot. Then I think there's another one in research here as well. So you'll need to research this particular thing before you're allowed to upgrade to keep 14. So that's something that's good to work towards over time. So when you get there, you're not stuck for a while. So that's really your goal there. Also increasing mounted and ranged stats, so HP preferably, but defense too is just fine. Siege can be left out more or less for a long time. Ground as well to a degree. Definitely going for mounted or ranged. Ranged is going to be PvP, mounted is going to be PvE. Again, just going back to advancement, as you come down here, the key things is going to be gathering speed for 2 or 3 resources, production speed for 1 or 2 resources. So I recommend building only really 1 resource in your city and researching that. That will save you gold in the short term, and eventually you can come back and get all of your research up to max if you wanted, and then split your resources production in your main city. But for me, I personally only make food and lumber in my city, and I gather stone and ore, which are the other 2 resources, outside of my city, and I'll just show you that now. But first I just wanted to mention research speed is going to be this one here, this research, and there's many other ones below this that are going to be doing the same thing. Again, I'm not going to really be going too much through the rest of these because I do have a video on it. So when clicking the bottom right icon, you'll be taken to your world map. You can search around. Because this is a new server, there's a lot of level 1s around you, and you can see different monsters. So it says extremely high. So I'm just going to attack this one while we look at a resource tile. Remember, these bosses here are going to be way too hard to take on at the moment. So here's a resource tile. This will get me ore. So if I were to occupy this, which I cannot do that level at the moment, if I had troops to occupy it, I would send them there. They would start gathering at a certain speed depending on my research, on my general level, and cultivation, which again I have a video for cultivation and other general related ones. You'll be able to gather that particular resource. After they're done, they will return to your city. While they are on the tile, other players can attack and kill them, but most servers disallow that, as it is bad sportsmanship to be killing players while they're gathering. But do be aware, on a new server, people very well may attack and try to kill your troops on those tiles, so do be careful when gathering. Other buildings include the market. So in the market you can tax resources. You'll get a number of free times per day. I think it's based on VIP level, which is if you keep logging in, as well as if you purchase packages with real money, you'll increase VIP level. Might be keep level 2. You can tax whichever ones you want for free. Each additional time will go up in cost. For a new player, I don't particularly recommend doing this. When upgrading this building to level 11, which we won't do in this video, you'll unlock the black market. In the black market, you can get resource production speed ups, you can get actually resources, you can get monarch gear and many other things in there. Sometimes you can spend resources to get things, or sometimes it will cost gems. I will have a video in the future on exactly the best things to get in there. Do be careful that scrolls and things like that for general gear that are available are pretty expensive. It's probably not the best idea to buy them in there. Make sure also that you don't try to join an alliance that is really low in power. You want to be joining at least a top 3 alliance. Most alliances below that are pretty damn terrible, to be honest, because there's not too many players in this game on each server, so joining the lower ones is just destroying your own growth in the game. Now the hospital building, as you upgrade this, you'll get an additional capacity. You can research more capacity as well. This is going to mean that when people attack your city or attack you on a resource tile on the world map, or in some cases when you attack other people, although it tends to work differently, that you will have more troops survive. In a way, they will just need to be healed in the hospital building. So this is a key building to get up, and this is part of the reason why you should not be training too many troops until you get to at least keep 23. It is hard to get there as a free player in a short period of time, unless you really know what you're doing, and also you're going to have to be pretty dedicated to do that, but it's going to be the best thing to do because resources are scarce, do take a while to get, and it's going to be much better to have tier 9 troops at a bare minimum, preferably tier 10 troops, which are available at keep 25. So if we scroll through the troops here in ground, you'll see Roman numerals. So at keep level 25 and barracks level 25, you'll be able to train tier 10 ground. Tier 9 is keep level 23 and barracks level 23. Also, I wanted to mention the watchtower building over here can be upgraded. As you upgrade it, you'll get more information from scouts or also incoming attacks. So when you scout someone at level 4, you'll be able to see their resources. Level 8, information on the number of incoming troops attacking your city, which applies to the undead invasion that I have a video on as well, which can be set up as a PvE event by your alliance leaders. Target subordinate cities information, and so on. You can go to this tab and read on more about that. Now you may also see an icon over here called the subordinate city. This will be unlocked at keep level 11 and you'll get one for free. These just mean additional cities that can train troops, and also they can be used to have debuffs on your enemies' stats when attacking them, when defending against them, and they're useful in a couple of other ways. I have a video on this that you can check out. You can capture additional ones on the world map, and this is partly why you should be using the shrine at least once a day to be able to get your rank up. As you get your rank up, if you were to get to the max rank, which mostly only spenders can do, you will actually have an additional 6 subordinate cities available to you. So it's very good to be offering as much as possible. Also, you can get that particular rank up by hitting bosses and regular monsters. They're going to be some of the best ways to do it, but you can offer in here as well. I just wanted to mention as well, for very new servers that you join, often the leaderboards, which can be found in the dots here, the killing ranking will be updated within 24 hours, maybe even 12 hours of the server opening, and very few people participate in player versus player attacks like that in the beginning. So if you were to attack someone with a very small army and be able to kill them, you will be perhaps even ranked number 1 on the first reset, and this will give you the rewards here, so 5,000 gems, some teleporters, refining stones, and a few other things including some gold. Even if you lost against the person that you attacked, you might even still get these rewards here, and the rewards are still fairly good as you go below that, especially if you're a free player. So doing that at the very beginning of a new server, if you come in here and there's no rankings here, that's going to be when to do it. This also applies to the ranked ranking, which is the offering and hitting bosses and so on. If you can do this before this rank refreshing countdown goes down, which is often pretty early on a brand new server, that's going to be very beneficial as well, to make sure you lock in your rank, because it will only refresh at this time, so you may be waiting over a week to be able to get a rank and to get additional subordinate cities unless you do it very quickly. That's especially important for a spender. Other buildings include the trap factory, which is where you can train traps. Don't go too crazy on training traps, but if you do train them, make sure you train ones that are going to be good against mounted troops, which I think they're called abatas. I can't say them correctly. I don't think that's how you're supposed to say them, but they're basically look like the things on the beaches of World War II. You got the forge, is where you can create, I have a video on this, general gear, which can be applied to any general you like. There's various different gears available that are going to help you with mounted troops, range troops, ground troops, and so on. Even hitting bosses and getting additional items when you attack them. There's going to be rings for that. Again, check out my video for more information on that. The prison doesn't matter too much, but you can click the labor icon when you attack other players and you capture some of their troops. You can click the labor icon in the prison to get some resources day on day, but you don't really have to worry about that one too much. The war hall is going to allow you to rally a boss or an enemy city, which means you can join into a fight with your teammates, your alliance members, against another player or a boss monster, and have a better chance of defeating it, or also at least share in the rewards of attacking that boss monster by at least sending one troop to it. The embassy is going to allow people to reinforce your city, and it's also going to allow you to get some alliance help, so that means speeding up your buildings. Talking about joining an alliance, you can click the alliance icon and click join. When doing this, it's not necessarily going to give you the best alliances to choose from, so make sure instead of that you go to the leaderboards, alliance power ranking, and I would suggest probably going for the top one and trying to join them if possible. Perhaps the second or third one, always checking out their flag to make sure they're English speaking. Obviously if you're watching this video, I assume you're English speaking, so you'd want to join one that's going to work for that. And also make sure you check out the description and make sure that they're actually speaking proper English. A lot of them have stupid descriptions. In a brand new server, the top alliance may not be the top alliance forever. In my opinion, it's going to be the best idea to, even if you make friends in an alliance, leave it, join a different one. If they're higher on a brand new server, it's better to do that. It's better not to make friends at the beginning, because alliances go to shit very quickly, unfortunately. Just always join the best one. Make sure you look at my other guides. Make sure people are attacking bosses. Make sure you're not using siege against bosses at the very least. Otherwise, stick to mounted only. Just wanted to go to the main map again as well. If you go to the main map and click world map again and click resources, you can see in the general area where you'll find certain levels of monsters. For a new player, level 1 to 7 monsters, or maybe 4 to 11 is going to be good. Resource spots, doesn't really matter, you want to go as high as possible, but it is keep restricted. And boss monsters are kind of scattered around. In the middle, you will have a throne. The throne can be attacked by anyone at the start of the server, and they can take that throne and end up being the first king of the server. When attacking this, I will have a guide eventually for it. You will have to kill a lot of NPC, non-player controlled troops. I think it's about 70 million power or so. So it is fairly hard to do. And there's a bunch of buildings you can occupy to help you defend it as well. You have to defend it for about 5 hours to do that. But don't worry about attacking that. If you aren't someone spending $800+ at the beginning of the server, there's probably no point even considering it unless your alliance is trying to take it, and they're maybe the top or second topmost alliance in the server. We've done a bunch of other activities, so claiming the quests here again is going to be good to get us additional speed ups, resources, and such. In the leftmost side of your city, when you click these tiles, there's only one building you can build in them. So at keep level 21, you're going to have the pasture building in this spot, the art hall in this spot at keep 11, and in the top, the keep 21 research factory. The very top here is the arsenal at keep 27. That one's going to be used for upgrading troops. The research factory is used for making materials, which you can create general gear with. And also you can produce research stones in there, which is obviously for research. The art hall, which can be used to get some rewards and also to get some stat increases that are permanent by completing those. But even I, as someone that's almost keep 30 at the moment on my other account, I've not completed any of those, but I haven't gone too hard on trying to. But they do take a while to actually complete them 100% anyway, so don't worry about them too much. But obviously go in there regularly and claim rewards you may be eligible for. The pasture is going to be where you get dragons, spiritual beasts. When upgrading this building, you'll get access to more of those, and you can check out my spiritual beasts video for more about those. And also I have a dragon video coming soon. The wonder building you can kind of ignore for this guide. Although I do have a purchasing video, I just wanted to mention in this one, if you do a purchase of even $1, you'll get the first purchase in the bottom left here, which includes a general, which could be even some of the best generals in the game if you get a little bit lucky. Some teleporters, some truce agreements, speed ups, some monarch XP and so on, so that all adds up and helps you. Do not do the super funds, they're useless. And obviously check out my purchasing video for any more on that. The event center, to quickly go through this, I do have a video on events also. Make sure you claim the login rewards. Make sure you try to complete as many of these upgrade keep rewards as possible to unlock the final advanced general and all of these speed ups on the way. Resource gathering event is on right now. There's going to be city development and so on. You can click on these and click the information and click the how to earn scores. So this will tell you how you can earn scores. Gathering just means on the world map. These battlefield ones, the Battle of Miller and the other one, you cannot compete in those, so ignore these times. Sometimes this is the correct time, but sometimes they say in 2 days, even though you can't do it for a month or two in a new server. Always in these King Return events and other events that look like this, to come in and claim your rewards. Whenever you have the little red dot on the event center, that's where those can be claimed. Silk Road, if you ever have an event that's similar to this, they have ones that are named similarly. The best things to go for, perhaps stamina, definitely the medals, gold, and even speed ups. Perhaps as well the march speed ups will be okay to go for as well. The world boss, I will have a video on this soon. Make sure you attack it at the beginning of a new server every time, even if you're only attacking it with like 100 troops. Just do it and you'll get quite high ranked on a brand new server. Each additional week you'll be able to attack it as well, and you won't rank as high because people will start attacking it as well, but either way you get plenty of good rewards from that. Inside your keep you can levy gold. You get a number of free ones per day, and with gems you can levy additional times. Also in the keep you have city buffs. Make sure you gather gems on the world map. You complete daily activities in the tavern. You do world boss, you do undead invasion with your alliance, compete in many of the other monarch events, and there's a few other ways of earning gems. By doing that, you're going to be able to earn enough gems to continuously buy 3-day truce agreements, or at least 1-day ones, which will mean people are unable to attack your city permanently. Remembering when you attack other players or scout them, that truce agreement will go away. You can check out my attack guide video to learn more about how to safely attack people. You have the troop attack ones, so the 10% ones, or you can actually earn 20% boosts. They all last 1 hour each. Gathering speed, you end up earning a fair few of these, but they can be scarce at the beginning. Same goes for march size capacity, don't worry about those too much. One building I did skip out on is the rally spot. This is important too to level up. To increase your march size, you can send more troops at a target at once, which will allow you to kill bigger bosses and have an easier time killing other players. Now, I'd say I've gone through most things that you can do. I'm sure this is a long video. Even with that, I've probably missed some things out that people could definitely use. If you've noticed anything I've missed out and you've been playing a little while yourself, feel free, put it in the comments down below. For anyone that thinks I may have missed anything out, do check out but down below, see if anyone mentioned anything that could also help you out in the game. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and check out my other guides. Click the notification bell